Well, it turns out Mike Boyd missed the meeting last night at Mount Orab because he is in jail for child pornography and voyeurism in Hillsborough County, Florida. Are you telling me that they're so incompetent that the mayor didn't know why Mike Boyd wasn't there, that he was in jail on child porn charges? So everybody remember Mike Boyd, the CFO of Mount Orab, who I interviewed in Florida?
Hey, Mr. Boyd, my name's Chris Hicks with the Watchdog Wire in Cincinnati. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Could you talk to me for a few minutes about the mega site project in Mount Orab?
Sure.
Well, it turns out Mike Boyd missed the meeting last night at Mount Orab because he is in jail for child pornography and voyeurism in Hillsborough County, Florida. That's where Tampa is. So if you look, you see here a post from the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, arrested for voyeurism and child pornography charges. A man is in jail after Team Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office detectives discovered thousands of files of voyeurism and child pornography on devices belonging to him. I don't know, did I shake this guy's hands? On May 19th, 2026, detectives served a search warrant at a home in Lithia, which led to the discovery of numerous devices belonging to Michael Boyd, 67. Detectives found more than 1,000 files containing voyeurism and more than 100 files of child pornography after determining Boyd had installed hidden cameras in private areas of the residence. Now, I actually saw him what appeared to be taking a grandchild or somebody to school. Hope to God this wasn't whoever's kid it was. It's in his house, in his own house. And it says, this is a quote, "This man welcomed others into his home while they unknowingly became victims of his disturbing crimes," said Sheriff Chad Conister, while presenting himself as someone there to help and support those staying in the residence. He secretly installed hidden cameras, violating trust and privacy. So this is Mike Boyd. I'm going to say probably ex-CFO of Mount Orab, who lived in it's so bizarre. I mean, I interviewed this guy in Florida. It seemed like somebody who got it and at least could do an interview and didn't run away. And now it turns out at least the allegations are that he is involved in child pornography and voyeurism. So you see the graphic here from the sheriff's office in Hillsborough County, and that is Mike Boyd. I'm going to venture to say the now ex-CFO of Mount Orab Village in Brown County. So this gets weirder and weirder for me because last night on May 19th, Mike Boyd was not on his usual video feed from Florida where he lives. And there was this big debate about putting $150,000 into the playground. And sort of the leading proponent of we got to do it right now was Councilman Carl Vineyard, who lives in Mike Boyd's former house in Mount Orab. And the leading, I won't say opponent, but person saying, shouldn't we make sure we have a full report from Mike on our ability to do this, was Eric Lang. So this plays out for some while. But remember, Mike Boyd in Florida is accused of installing hidden cameras in his house to take pictures of children and people that are in the house in inappropriate situations. And so let's listen to a little bit of the meeting last night when Carl Vineyard is arguing for doing this and Eric Lang is saying, can't we wait till we get a report from Mike?
I am confident it is not irresponsible to spend this money. I'm confident that we are still being good stewards of the tax dollars. I have looked at it, and I intend to be
and there's been
good
conversation with Mike. I mean, I wouldn't go out on a limb.
Okay. So without talking with our fiscal officer.
Well, I was going to say, I agree with you. They've done an amazing job, and I think something like that right now, with everything else that goes on in the village, would be something that we could really, really benefit from. Mm-hmm. I just feel like hearing it from the financial, from our finance guy, walking through the numbers before we spend that chunk of money. So I would ask, is there a way, I don't want to say no to it, is there a way we can table till that next meeting? Are you on a serious time crunch in the sense of tonight versus the next meeting is being passed, or can you?
Look, I think, Eric, I'm sorry about that. That's a month away.
Right.
And then if it gets put off, it's another month away. I think they've shown, I don't know why this was put off here. I know that when those appropriations were put together, that was before they got in $430 million.
Okay, I'm going to stop this here because it goes on. And ultimately what happens is they vote on this, forcing it through. It ties 3-3. So Eric Lang repeatedly had argued and asked, can't we make sure our finance guy says we're okay? Nobody knows where the finance guy is. Finance guy's in jail for kiddie porn and voyeurism. And they end up, they vote, they tie 3-3, and the mayor breaks the tie to spend the money. This place is just very dysfunctional, and something's got to give. Something's got to give. And are you telling me that nobody on the council, the mayor or anybody, knew that the reason why Mike Boyd wasn't there was because he was in jail? So who did they call? I mean, did they call his wife? Did they call, hey, where's Mike? Why isn't Mike going to be able to be in the meeting? Are you telling me that they're so incompetent that the mayor didn't know why Mike Boyd wasn't there, that he was in jail on child porn charges? I've said right from the beginning that Mayor Hauser's unfit and should be gone, and I will re-echo that. This is just another example. How do your CFO guy's not there? You ran through a bunch of spending without the CFO there, and nobody knew that the CFO's in jail in Florida on child porn charges? It's crazy. It defies belief. So I'd like to have Mayor Hauser be on the record. Did he know at this meeting that the CFO was in jail on child porn charges? And, if anybody else got anything to hide on this council, they ought to come forward right now, because this is weird shit. And nothing would shock me at this point. All right, so that's a report for tonight on May 20th on another great, fantastic update in Mount Orab. But hey, maybe Mike Boyd won't be the ex-CFO. Maybe they'll bring him back like Rick Gecky. I mean, Rick Gecky's not charged with this kind of crime, but Rick Gecky's involved in all kind of meeting screw-ups. And apparently nothing matters in Mount Orab.